Are you an aspiring creative in entertainment, business, fashion, design, or the arts? Do you want to elevate your creative passion project to the next level? Then this show is for you. Whether you want a career in television, film, radio, literature, music, or beyond, Creative Breakthrough will show you how to take your dreams and turn them into reality. This show will not only leave you feeling motivated and inspired, but also provide you real-life tools to pursue the creative journey you have always wanted. I'm your host, creative coach, and chicken wing lover, Shireen Kassam, aka the Funny Brown Girl. Yes, I have an unhealthy obsession with chicken wings. Now, get ready to flex your creative muscle. Hey, welcome back to another episode of the Creative Breakthrough. I am your host, Shireen Kassam, aka the Funny Brown Girl. And I am in a great mood today because I got to eat some chicken wings. And I got to have chocolate cake. And if you know me, chicken wings makes me happy. But chicken wings plus chocolate cake, wow, I am on cloud 9 today, y'all. On the last episode, episode 5, I talked about finding your passion. I provided 3 steps to help you discover your passion, including saying yes to all opportunities that come your way. I am a big believer in saying yes. I say yes to everything. I say yes even when I don't know what I'm doing, and then I go and learn it. However, a few of you emailed me, mostly with the same question. Hey, Shireen, I understand why it's important to say yes, but isn't it also important to say no? And the answer to that is yes. I know this sounds complicated, but it's really not, okay? Stay with me. Do I say no? Yes, I say no when the opportunity doesn't make sense. For example, if somebody were to ask me to be in a karaoke competition, I would say no. Not because I'm scared or fearful, but because I can't carry a tune. I'm doing everybody a favor. I'm that girl who always likes to sing along in the car, and my friends are always like, hey, Shireen, do you know who sings this song? And I say yes, and I give them the answer, and then they're like, well, then let's keep it that way. Ha ha ha. I'm also aware that sometimes I spread myself too thin. I say yes to a lot of things, but then I realize that I don't have time for myself or my family, and I'm very big on self-care. So yes, there are times when I evaluate the situation and say no. I also say no when the opportunity doesn't help me grow. My goal is to always improve myself. I always ask myself, Shireen, will this opportunity help me network or to meet new people or teach me something new? If not, I say no. I have no shame in saying no if it doesn't help me grow. I'll also say no if I feel like I'm being taken advantage of. As a comedian, a lot of people ask me to work for free. They don't understand that being a comic is my job. It's my source of income. If you're a chef, I don't ask you to come over to my house and cook dinner. If you're an accountant, I don't ask you to do my taxes for free. So I don't understand why people want me to give you my creative art for free. But they do. So when people ask me to perform for free, especially when they're making a profit from the show and they don't want to give me anything, I'll say no. But again, here's the thing. I'm not perfect. There's no black and white equation. For example, last weekend, my boyfriend and I went to a white party. A white party is a party where everybody goes dressed in white. This one was mad fancy. I mean, we walked in and there was a professional photographer, there was a bartender, there was a DJ spinning tunes, there was dinner being served. I mean, it was off the hook. And I was having a great time until the host came up to me and said, hey, do you want to do some comedy? I politely said no for various reasons. As much as I love comedy, it was my night off. I just wanted to have fun and relax. I also find that most people who come to comedy shows choose to come to comedy shows. I didn't want to interrupt people's fun, especially if they weren't expecting comedy. And lastly, she was paying the photographer, the bartender, the caterer, the DJ, but she wasn't paying me, and so I said no. My boyfriend, on the other hand, kept pestering me to say yes. I mean, he kept pestering me to the point where I was ready to walk away from him. But he made a good point. He was like, Shireen, there are some rich people here. You could make a lot of new fans. They're all running their own businesses. With Christmas around the corner, you could be booking a lot of corporate gigs from these people. So just go and get the mic and do a few minutes. While I understood his viewpoint, and I do plenty of shows for a minimal fee or for free, for publicity or for brand building, I didn't feel like this was the right time and place for me to shine. But hey, I could be wrong. Maybe I should have said yes. I'd love to know what you would have done if you were in my situation. Drop me a message on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram at FunnyBrownGirl and let me know. When I said you should say yes to every opportunity that comes your way, I meant you should say yes to new activities that will teach you, allow you to experience something new, open up your horizons. Say yes because something inside of you is saying yes. Say yes even if you don't know how to do it, because in today's day and age, you can learn how to do everything. Richard Branson once said, if someone offers you an amazing opportunity and you're not sure you can do it, say yes. Then learn how to do it later. It is like the best advice. This is how I live my life, like for real. I remember the first time someone asked me to speak at a college. It was a LinkedIn message. I remember reading it and thinking, okay, this woman messaged the wrong person. Why is she asking me? I don't have an interesting journey. I didn't respond to her. Big mistake. She pinged me a following week. She said, hey, just checking in. What are your thoughts? This is what she wanted from me. She wanted me to speak in 2 of her classes. One class was focused on juniors and seniors, and one class was focused on her part-time students. And she wanted me to talk about my journey through school, my journey through corporate America, my journey through my creative side. She was hoping it would motivate her students. Again, I was stumped. Me motivating 2 college students? What would I put in the presentation? How would I speak for 45 minutes? Looking back now, I'm like, 45 minutes? Please give me 2 hours. I was so afraid of failure. I was so afraid that I was having a hard time seeing the opportunity in front of me. I was so scared of stepping out of my comfort zone. I almost said no. But I found the courage to say yes. And it opened up a whole new lane for me to do what I love. Sure, I had a lot of long nights to put together the presentation. I had many panic attacks and a lot of self-doubting moments when I asked myself, what am I doing? But I did it and I rocked it. I also realized in that moment that the woman who reached out to me is a professor who has invited a good number of people to speak in front of her class. She's not just asking people randomly, she's doing her research because a poor speaker is a reflection on her. She believed in me more than I did myself, and that was enough for me to realize I needed to say yes. So remember that the next time someone asks you to do something, they believe in you. They didn't just ask you all willy-nilly. They looked you up. They researched you. They have faith in you, so you have to have faith in yourself. Saying yes led to so many more doors opening. I mean, after I spoke at her class, more and more professors started reaching out to me. I don't even know how they found out who I was, but I was traveling all up and down the East Coast, even to Dallas, to talk about my journey. From one speaking engagement, I was able to book multiple more speaking engagements. I was able to build a fan base to come to my comedy shows. I grew my Instagram following, and I even got to start doing private coaching. Maybe it's a coincidence. I don't know, but the more I say yes, the more opportunities knock on my door. The more fuller my life feels. I don't know if fuller is a real word or not, but I'm going to use it. And the more blessings I receive. It's also invigorating to stretch myself. Each yes is an opportunity to learn more about myself and my capabilities, as well as push myself to see how far can I go? What can I accomplish? And I'm not the only one who feels this way. I've had 3 guests on my podcast so far. Tina Mabry from Queen Sugar, internationally touring stand-up comedian Maz Jobrani, and radio personality Laura Diaz. Tina and Maz didn't know me. I reached out to them cold. They didn't owe me anything, but yet they said yes, they would be on my podcast. Laura is an on-air personality 6 days a week, and when she's not on the radio, she's doing her own podcast and raising a family with 2 kids. She didn't have to say yes, but she did. Saying no would have been easier for all of them. It would require less time commitment. It'd be lower cost, lower risk to say no. But their yes was empowering, not only to me, but to everyone who gets to hear their story. And how cool is that they took the time out of their schedule to say yes. For whatever their reasons were, they said yes. Today, I challenge you to say yes. Say yes to something new, something fun, something exciting, something different. And then drop me a line and tell me, how did it make you feel? Now, go flex your creative muscle and keep winning. Hey, before you hit pause, did you find this episode helpful and enjoyable? If so, could you leave an Apple Podcast, aka iTunes review? It'll take you less than 1 minute and mean the world to me. The more ratings and reviews the show gets, the more people are able to find this podcast. If you're unsure how to leave a review, no worries. If you're on your iPhone or iPad, go to the homepage of this show and scroll down to Write a Review. Click on it and you'll be able to rate and review the show. If you're on a Mac, from iTunes, go to the show homepage and on the top, click Ratings and Reviews. Also, please subscribe to get the latest episodes once they drop. If you enjoyed the episode and know someone who would love it, please share. From your iPhone, click on the icon with 3 dots and then share via social media, email, or text. If you want to hear more, head over to FunnyBrownGirl.com/podcast. You can also find me online. I'm on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at FunnyBrownGirl. Also, sign up for my free newsletter for more tips to advance your creative journey at FunnyBrownGirl.com/subscribe. And again, if you enjoyed the show, do me a favor and subscribe, rate, and review on Apple Podcasts. Now, go flex your creative muscle and keep winning. Thank you for listening. See you next week.